It's running wild. Hello and welcome to The Guido Goes Off. Michele Beadle was at Raw in Anaheim this past Monday. Why are we surprised? Well, those of us who know the situation were very surprised. Don't put in the cart before the horse. Let's start over here. Michele Beadle, ESPN personality, um, host of Sports Nation, um, frequently does radio, frequently does stories. So why do we care? She's a huge professional wrestling fan. Has attended quite a few events. Even has been befriended by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And everything was going hunky dory until the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. So what does this certain boxing match have to do with professional wrestling, let alone WWE? Well, Floyd Mayweather, as a lot of people know, has been notorious for domestic violence. Um, one of Michele Beadle's hot buttons. I don't blame her. Um, she was refused press credentials to the press conference for the event. I believe her and Rachel Nichols as well. And, well, getting to the major part of this, after the fight, Triple H sent a congratulatory tweet to Floyd Mayweather. For I guess he and Floyd have befriended each other, and of course, Floyd Mayweather performed in a match against the Big Show at WrestleMania 24. Yeah, I believe 24. There was the one in Orlando. The one where he wore shorts that looked like he skinned a dire wolf and actually bruised Big Show's jaw with brass knuckles. Yeah, that one. So, Michele Beadle, avid fan, friend of Triple H, took offense to this because she felt that she couldn't support an organization run by a person that, or where there's people that could support someone with a noted history of domestic violence. And that was why she chose to no longer support WWE. Fast forward to last Monday, where she was there. Everybody seems to forget Gerard Butler was there, but as guys, do we care about Gerard Butler? No. Women, yeah. Apparently he's a cutie. What do we care about? We care about the fact of um this hypocrisy. That 1 minute she's pulling any support she has for WWE. She's not going to let them on Sports Nation. She's not going to plug any shows. She's not going to help WWE in any way, shape, or form. And now here she is, ringside at Monday Night Raw, and sending out a tweet with a picture of her, Triple H, and Stephanie apparently reconciling. Yeah, this happens. And she gave this, big story about how she missed it and she was addicted and she's kind of had a change of heart, which you're more than allowed to do. Um, I see, a lot of people on Twitter who get out of WWE and get back in because they find it boring or they think, their favorite wrestler quit or something like that. It happens, people generally lose interest. Um, Whereas, there's a lot of us where WWE is like pizza. Even when it's bad, we still like it because it's wrestling. It's what we're used to. We're kind of addicted to it, like pizza. So why is this such a big deal that Michele Beadle's come back, and it seems a little hypocritical. She's a public figure, and she used her public figure status to, you know, expand on why she chose to stop watching WWE and pull her support. And now that she's coming back, into it, I mean, it's not like we can all revoke her fan card. We can only grant 60 days supervision, but still, you have a situation here, which I think is actually bigger than Michele Beadle. The reason is not her herself, as to her employer and the employer of the parent company of her employer. One thing I've started to notice is, as I was going through this, as I was plotting this out. I mean, I've had opportunities to do this show, and I've not, because I felt like there's more there. And then life gets in the way here. You have the situation here of, is it necessarily the Michele Beadle issue, or is it more her employer? Because hear me out on this. I may be going a little conspiracy theory here, a little off the rails. Michele Beadle works for ESPN. She hosts a show on ESPN. She will be. I listened to ESPN radio at work, and she was interviewed on Rosillo and Cannell on Wednesday. That she's going to be starting a new show on Sundays from noon to 2. Why am I plugging her show? Actually, really, I'm not. I'm just telling you. Because more than likely she's going to talk about this. Hope. And ever since Monday, of course, she's had she's had tweets. She's been slammed by some people for this. She actually posted a direct message session she had with everybody's favorite guy, Mark Madden. Which Mark Madden took offense to that she made it public knowledge. Well, anybody that pisses off Mark Madden, yay. And then she told this whole story of how, it's her boyfriend continued to watch it even when she refused to. She wouldn't be in the room on the couch with him watching wrestling. It almost makes me wonder, though, if there's something deeper here. The reason why I think there's something deeper is because of Michele Beadle's employer, ESPN. Now, as we all know, ESPN has also hired 2 former WWE announcers, Jonathan Coachman and Todd Grisham. And they're doing this regular spot on ESPN SportsCenter with the coach. One thing I've also noticed is that WWE has personalities have also spent a lot of time recently on Good Morning America. Now, like I said, this is where things are starting to add up in my mind, because Good Morning America is on ABC. ABC and ESPN are both owned by Disney. I believe that's pretty common knowledge. The reason why I think this is odd is because of WWE's television deal. They, of course, have the deal with NBC Universal, which is the parent companies of USA, Sci-Fi, E, networks that WWE is on or were on at one time. And USA has, of course, touted its support for WWE and for professional wrestling, for the product they put out. The one thing that gets me, and Mike and I were talking about this a while back, he had heard that Dick Ebersol, the president of NBC Sports, which would be the ones in charge of getting WWE programming, kind of, sort of, is talking about retirement. And he is the biggest fan and biggest proponent of WWE's deal with NBC Universal. What I'm wondering is that maybe if there is a fear in WWE that without Ebersol there, WWE might lose it might not get its contract renewed with NBC Universal. I mean, it was renewed, but for substantially for about quite a bit less than it was the original deal. And what I'm wondering is maybe if WWE is looking to possibly selling its programming to Disney, or even worse, being bought outright by the mouse. Now, before everybody freaks out here a bit, remember the Disney, sorry, has recently, in the past recent years, bought huge entertainment franchises. I mean, they bought Marvel, I think it was in 2005, 2006. Somebody can correct me on that. And here, within the last couple of years, they purchased Lucasfilm for, $4 billion with a B. And clearly, those investments have paid off in spades with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and of course, the latest Star Wars movie, making a boatload of cash, almost half of that back. So, is WWE, just maybe trying to get their ducks in a row for to get in Disney's good graces to, maybe work out a television deal? Or maybe is there a possibility that Disney's next big acquisition could be WWE? It's why I wonder if maybe there's more to this, more to Michele Beadle, um, again, putting out for her support for WWE than meets the eye in this. Could it be strictly business? I'd like to think not, but things are adding up in my head. But as far as what Michele Beadle's decision is to come back to watching WWE, attending WWE. I mean, there's a lot of theories out there of why that she missed free tickets. She missed you know she actually missed the product. She loves professional wrestling. Any one of us can fall in and out of love with WWE or professional wrestling. The only reason we're all making a bigger deal of this is because she is, for the most part, a public figure. I mean, we would probably be having the same reaction if, per se, Donald Trump, pulled his support. Because, he and Vince are good friends. Because they made a lot of money off of each other in the past. So, it stands to reason that there's this possibility that this could be from something from looked at from a business standpoint. That there's a possibility WWE is looking into a future deal, looking into possibilities for their future, because nothing lasts forever. Okay, except for Diamonds and Ric Flair. I think we're done here.